Sinbad now. Now I'm talking about Sinbad. Sinbad, he was kid born and, a child of prophecy, if you will. Born to change the world and shit, and people, heeded cost to him eventually. He created his own kingdom called, Syndria. It took some time for him to do that. He had to travel all around the world and, pick people up. He was like a tradesman. He, traded with these people, and he had his own, trading company and selling goods and everything else along the way. And then he was really good with, people of all kinds of countries. And then, that came to be the Seven Seas Alliance. Syndria was created, and then he was the king of that area. But then in, the Labyrinth of Magic, he is just sitting in Baba, just chilling with his, the 7 jinns he acquired from 7 dungeons that he found. And everybody knew about him, but, they took his shit, random ass people, like these thieves and shit. And he wasn't worried about it, because he knew he had a good relationship with the Ruach, and he could still use Magoi. And he could still use Magoi, and he could still, use spells. And he even taught Ali Baba how to, use try to perform a jinn equip to make his, jinn more, use the jinn's power more effectively. And he taught that to, Ali Baba. And then he, saw Aladdin, and he also understood that Aladdin was a special kind of Magi. So he's kind of trying to, get him on his side too. But he also understood that he was with Ali Baba already. But then, he was kind of doing his own thing. He got his jinns back, and he ended up using Baal Psycho. See, Baal was the first jinn he acquired, and he, used that to defeat an Othaman member. And then Othaman tried to, poison him and shit, and they had to, treat him. That was, Hakuryu and Morgiana and Ali Baba and Aladdin. They had to find a jinn that could, reverse the poison that Othaman put on him. But Sinbad's still powerful. His strength's at 91, and then his speed is 86. With the durability at 87%, and then 82 for his endurance, and then intelligence is 82%, and then experience is 87%, and then 85% for his close skills, and then 93 for his range skill. 86 for his recoup, and then 95 for his hacks. 87.4 for his overall power score. And that is him during the Labyrinth of Magic. He uses more jinns and other shit eventually too. But be cool, call in the corner.